Welcome back to the class, students. In the previous class, we have seen some of the named reactions like Schmidt reaction, Arndt ester synthesis, Hunts-Dicker reaction, Hill-Willard-Zielinski reaction. These four named reactions we have discussed with mechanisms in the previous class. So we have just had briefly discussed the carboxylic acids and its derivatives. I have just given the structures. Let us see again, and then we will go to the reactions of carboxylic acid derivatives. So students, these are the carboxylic acid derivatives, how they are formed by replacing one of the OH of this one carboxylic acid. I'll show it here by writing it. Okay, this is a chem sketch. Okay, so how carboxylic acids are formed by replacing OH from the carboxylic acid group. Okay, suppose, okay, what is this? This is carboxylic acid. When this OH is replaced with with other group like halide or NH2 or OR, so since all these are derived from carboxylic acids, they are known as carboxylic acid derivatives. Okay. Suppose if this OH is replaced with Cl, so what it becomes now, what it is, this is acid, this is halide. Therefore, now it is acid halide. Suppose if it is replaced with NH2, what is this? This is amide. Okay, this is also derived from carboxylic acid. Suppose I am replacing this with OR group. Okay, OR means any alkoxy group. So what is this? This is a ester. This is a ester and it is also derived from carboxylic acid. So all these, since they are derived from carboxylic acid, they are known as carboxylic acid derivatives. Okay. So see, carboxylic acid halide, when hydrogen is replaced with OH, it becomes acid halides. When it is replaced with one more acid group, it will become acid anhydride. If it is replaced with OR, it is ester. If it is replaced with NH2, it becomes a amide. So these are the preparations. These we have already discussed in the previous class. So among all the acid derivatives, acid chloride is the most reactive among all the acid derivatives. Okay, now let us see the chemical properties of all these carboxylic acid derivatives. Now first let us see the reactions of acid halides. Acid halide means the group which contains C double bond or Cl. Okay, if a compound contains this group, then such compound is known as acid halide. So since this is benzene, this group is known as benzoyl, and this is chloride. Okay, I'll show with a marker here. So among all the derivatives, acid halides are the more reactive. So this is benzoyl group, and benzoyl, this is chloride. If CH3, suppose if CH3 is here in case of benzene, then that will become acetyl chloride, but because that will be derived from acetic acid. Since this is derived from benzoic acid, this is known as benzoyl chloride. So when you add water to this, readily this hydrogen again it can be displaced with OH group, forming benzoic acid. Okay, so the reactions are very simple. Just add water, it will replace this halide group with OH. If you add ammonia, it will replace this halide group with NH2. Okay, the reactions are very simple. So when you add water, what will happen? You will get the benzoic acid by replacing Cl with OH. When you add ammonia here, this Cl group is replaced with NH2 of this ammonia, and HCl is and NH4Cl is eliminated. Okay, these are the reactions of acid chloride. Now let us see the reactions of acid anhydrides. Acid anhydride is formed when two acids allowed to react or heated together. So there will be a loss of water molecule, and an anhydride bond is formed here. See here, by the loss of, when these two acids, this is from one acid RCOH, and this is from another acid R-COOH. When these two are combined, H and OH will be lost from these two molecules and a new bond is formed here. This bond is known as anhydride bond. What is that bond? Anhydride bond, this one. Okay, this bond is known as anhydride. So when you hydrolyze this, as I said, all these reactions, if you compare all these reactions, just in all these reactions, put water and or else put ammonia. When you put water, you will get a acid back here. See here. When you put ammonia, you will get amide here. Okay, the reactions are very simple here. Okay, when you put water, you are getting a acid. Okay, the bond will be broken here or here. RCOH, one oxygen will take up hydrogen and this group will take up this OH, forming R dash OH. Okay, resulting in carboxylic acid. For example, acetic anhydride. This anhydride is derived from acetic acid. You can see here, when you hydrolyze this, you'll get back this acetic acid. So what will happen when you do the reverse reaction? When you heat this acid, you'll get this anhydride. Okay, the reactions are very simple. So in order to get this anhydride, what you have to do? You have to do heat these two molecules of acetic acid, you will get this anhydride. So when you again add water to this anhydride, you will get back the same acid here. And similarly, amides also. When you add amides here, when you add ammonia, and this is NH3. When you add ammonia, you will get this acetamide, this CH3CO and NH2, and you are having two CH3. See here, this is the structure of this acetic anhydride. So one COH group, one CH3COH group will take up this hydrogen, and the other one will take up the amine group. Okay, amine group, forming acetamide, and this will form, by taking this hydrogen, this will form acetic acid. Okay, so the reactions are very simple. Water with all these reactions are with water and ammonia. When you add ammonia, you will get amide. When you add water, you will get back the acid again. Okay, now see the reactions of amides. So amides are less reactive, very least reactive among all the carboxylic acid derivatives. Why? Because this lone pair of electrons that is present on the nitrogen, it is involved in the resin. So that is why, sorry. So because of this involvement of lone pair of electrons in resonance with this C double bond O group, this is, when you shift these electrons, it will get a double bond character. So once these electrons are shifted here, these electrons has to be shifted on the oxygen, getting a negative charge. Since this is acquiring a double bond character here, because of this, it is the least reactive among all the carboxylic acid derivatives. Okay, now let us see the reactions of amides here. So as I said, the reactions are very simple. Add water to this, what will happen? You will carboxyl, this C double bond O will take up the OH from water molecule, forming carboxylic acid, and NH2 group will take up the hydrogen from here, forming NH3. This will take place, since this takes place in the presence of acid, so it will become NH4 plus. Okay, if it takes place in the presence of base OH minus, see here, if the reaction takes place in the presence of base OH minus, so we will get carboxylate ion RC double bond O minus and NH3. Now one more reaction is that these reactions are shown separately here with example of acetamide. See here, in place of R, CH3 is given, this becomes acetamide. So if you do hydrolysis in the presence of acid, hydrolysis means what? Addition of water. When you add water in the presence of acid, this acetic acid is formed. If the same reaction is done in the presence of base, acetamide, salt is formed here, sodium acetamide. Okay, these are the reactions of amides. Okay, so with this now last one is esters. Okay, one more reaction is there, that is rehydration. When you heat this amide group, what will happen is water is eliminated, forming a nitrile group. So what are these? Oxygen and this H2. These two are eliminated as H2O, and you will get R C triple bond N. This one, this group, new functional group is formed here. What is this functional group? This is cyanide, or it is also known as nitrile. This can be done by adding P2O5. P2O5 is a dehydrating agent. Dehydrating agent means it removes water when it is added to a molecule, if there is a feasibility. So here also we have taken an example of acetamide. When P2O5 is added here, okay, when P2O5 is what added here, the water molecule is eliminated. This H2O is eliminated as water molecule, forming a double bond here. So CH3CN is formed here. This is known as methyl cyanide, or also we can also call this as methyl nitrile. Cyano group is also known as nitrile. So these are the reactions of amides. Now let us see one more derivative we have to study, that is esters. So these are the reactions of ester. There are two famous reactions of ester, that is hydrolysis. Just now we have seen the hydrolysis of all the acid derivatives. In all the acid derivatives, upon hydrolysis they will give acids. Similarly, ester also it will give acid. Here also, like amide, just now we have seen in amide reactions, like amide, this also in the presence of acid catalyzed, it will give carboxylic acid. In the presence of base catalyst, it will give a sodium salt. Okay, it will give a sodium salt. Now let us see the reaction here. So this is known as ester hydrolysis. Remember in the third class, I think in the third lecture or fourth lecture, we have discussed esterification. Esterification is what? Esterification means what? Formation of ester from carboxylic acid by adding water. Okay, don't get confused, because in the previous year when I was taking when I kept an assignment to the students, they got confused with the esterifications and ester hydrolysis. Both are different. Ester hydrolysis means hydrolysis of ester group, this group. See, this reaction, forward reaction is ester hydrolysis, and this is the mechanism. Esterification means what? This is a backward reaction. Conversion of carboxylic acid by adding alcohol to ester is esterification. Don't get confused when you get this question in the exam. You have to write it correctly. Okay, don't get confused. Esterification is formation of ester. Ester hydrolysis is hydrolysis of ester into carboxylic acid. Okay, both vice versa reaction. So now let us discuss the hydrolysis of esters. These are hydrolysis, they produce carboxylic acids. They can be done in both in the presence of both acid or base. The acid or base, they act as a catalyst. Now first let us see the base catalyzed ester hydrolysis. This reaction is also known as saponification. Saponification. When the hydrolysis of ester is done in the presence of base, base means what? NaOH, any base, in the presence of hydroxide ions, or in the presence of a base as a catalyst, then that reaction is known as what? Saponification. Now you have to remember one more thing, is it is an irreversible reaction. Irreversible reaction. In this reaction, we will get a sodium carboxylate ion. Okay. Okay, let us see this reaction. Suppose this is ester is taken here. When you add, when you do the hydrolysis, mean what? Adding a water. H2O is a hydrolysis. Addition in water is added by adding a small amount of NaOH, that is catalytic amount of NaOH. This OR group is converted to O minus Na plus, or okay, sodium acetate group is formed here. Carboxylate, sorry, sodium carboxylate is formed here. For example, here methyl acetate in the presence of base NaOH undergoes hydrolysis, forming, this is sodium, this is acetate group, this is acetate group. Therefore, sodium acetate, and methyl alcohol is from here. See here, R dash OH is the alcohol forming here. So since it is CH3 here, you will get a alcohol from this one. Okay, CH3OH. So if you do the reverse reaction, you will get this ester. Reverse reaction is known as esterification. This forward reaction is known as ester hydrolysis. Now let us see the mechanism now. What is the catalyst here? What is the catalyst? It is, we are doing this reaction in the presence of base. Base is a catalyst. So since catalyst is a base, it will initiate the reaction. So how does it initiate OH? If you see this OH, it is electron rich reagent. Electron rich reagent means what? It is a nucleophile. So since it is a nucleophile, if you see the ester structure of this ester, this is a sp2 carbon, and also we have OR dash oxygen. This OR dash is a electron pulling reagent. This makes the carbon electron deficient or electrophilic site here. So we have nucleophile now and we have electrophilic site here. So the first step is the OH minus attack on the electron deficient carbonyl carbon. Electron deficient carbonyl carbon, that is electrophilic site. See here, this is, so OH, when you add OH minus, the reaction is initiated with OH minus. When you add this OH minus, this is a nucleophile electron rich, it will go and attack the electron deficient side, that is this carbon, sp2 carbon. When this goes and attacks here, a new bond is formed between this carbon and OH. So to satisfy the valence here on this carbon, these electrons has to be shifted onto the oxygen. Okay, therefore since these electrons are shifted onto the oxygen, oxygen will get a negative charge here because the electrons, it is having now excess of electrons. And now a new bond is formed between this carbon, this OH. See here, R, R, OR dash, OR dash, these electrons are shifted onto the oxygen, so it is getting negative charge, O minus, and a new bond is formed here between C and OH, so C and OH. Okay, the next step is elimination of this alkoxide group. Alkoxide group is which group? This one is alkoxide group, this one is hydroxide group. So now the next step is the elimination of this alkoxide group. How it is eliminated? See here. So when these electrons are, when this negative charge is shifted here in between this carbon and oxygen, forming a pi bond here, forming a pi bond here. So to satisfy the valence, one molecule has to be eliminated. So this alkoxide group, it moves away, it is eliminated with the bonded, with this bonded pair of electrons. So it is bond, to satisfy this valency, this group has to move away with, or this group has to eliminate with these electrons. So what we will get are these electrons are shifted here, forming a double bond here. See here, C double bond O. Now we have OH here, OH. Now since this is alkoxide, R dash O is eliminated with electrons, so therefore it is getting a negative charge here. Okay, negative charge. So we are getting carboxylic acid. But if you see the stability of alkoxide ion, it is highly unstable. Why it is highly unstable? I have already discussed during the acidity, during discussing acidic strength of carboxylic acid, because O is negative charge and R is electron releasing group. So electron releasing, already negative charge is there. Then again by releasing electron, it will destabilize this group. Therefore, this is highly unstable. So as soon as it forms, what it does is, it again, see here, see I'm writing these two here, these two are mentioned here again, proton transfer from acid to alkoxide. Once it is formed, this is alkoxide is formed, since it is highly unstable, this O minus ion will take up this proton. Okay, therefore this hydrogen is eliminated as H plus. This is eliminated as H plus. This ion, this H plus ions is taken by this O minus, forming R dash OH. A new bond is formed here between O and H. So R dash OH. Now since H is eliminated as H plus, the bonded electrons will be with oxygen itself. The bonded electrons will be with oxygen. See the arrow mark here. Observe the arrow marks here. See the shift of electrons carefully. These bonded electrons will be on the oxygen itself. So it is becoming electron rich, that we are showing with a negative charge here. See here. Okay. So this again, so we have Na plus ions here. We have taken only OH minus ion. So this with this carboxylate ion which is formed, it will stabilize by associating with Na plus ions, by associating with Na plus ion. Okay, Na plus ion. So this is the mechanism of ester hydrolysis in the basis of base. Okay, here you see the formation of carboxylate ion. So what is the first step is the addition of OH minus to electrophilic site, that is carbonyl group of ester, forming this one. And again there is a elimination of alkoxide group with electrons, it is moving away, so it is shown here with negative charge, and this negative charge is shifting between carbon and oxygen, therefore a double bond is formed here. Again, since this alkoxide is highly unstable, it, as soon as it forms, it will take away this proton. So since the H is eliminating without the electrons here, the bonded pair of electrons here will shift onto the oxygen. Therefore, oxygen is getting a negative charge here. And this negative charge on the oxygen is stabilized by associating with the Na plus ion that are present in the solution, that are from the NaOH. Okay, this is the base catalyzed ester hydrolysis. So we have one more ester hydrolysis, that is from when acid is used. As here we have used base, let us see the same reaction when acid is used, and let us see how the reaction is initiated when acid is involved as a catalyst. So this is acid hydrolysis. See here, acid is used here, hydrolysis, you will getting acid, and this R dash OH, this will get converted to alcohol. Okay, this is a reversible reaction. Now since acid is a catalyst, the first step is what? Acid will initiate the reaction. How? Let us see here. So first step is take the ester and add acid here, that is H plus ion here. You will have H plus ion from the acid. Acid can be H2SO4 or HCl. So H plus ion from these two reagents, or one of these reagents, is utilized, is taken as a catalyst here. So since this is electron deficient, what it does is, the oxygen is having lone pair of electron. Okay, I'll show here. We know all oxygen, how many lone pair of electrons will be there on the oxygen? 2 lone pairs. Okay, so one of the lone pair will take up this H plus ion. Okay, forming OH here. See here, OH is formed. When these lone pairs are lone pair of electrons on the oxygen is donated to H plus ion forming OH, it will, oxygen will get a positive charge, because positive charge on oxygen is not stable. Therefore these electrons will shift onto the, these pi electrons will shift onto the oxygen. Okay, so again it will have its lone pair of electron, therefore it is creating a electron deficient site here, carbon. Okay, or we can directly show this as like this. Okay, how this will take up this hydrogen, because of this OH is formed here. No, this is not. Okay, one second. Okay, since there are 2 lone pairs of electrons, one lone pair will take up this hydrogen forming OH. Again it will create electron deficient site here, oxygen. Therefore these electrons are shifted, onto the oxygen here. So since these pi electrons are shifted onto the oxygen, so the carbon valency is decreasing here. So it is having insufficient electrons now here. Therefore it is shown with a positive charge here. Okay, this is a resonance structure. No need to write it. You can write directly this one, and you can take this structure for the next second step. Now the second step is, what else we have? Water is there, right? So addition of water is a nucleophile now. So electron deficient site is there. Where is the nucleophile now? H plus is a electron deficient. It has initiated the reaction. It has done its job. We need what? We need a nucleophile now. Okay. Well, nucleophile comes from, we don't have any other nucleophile other than water. We don't have any other thing. So water here acts as a nucleophile here. Since there are 2 lone pair of electrons on the oxygen, so it acts as a nucleophile, electron sufficient site. So where is the electrophilic site? This carbon. Okay, here electrophilic site is created in the first step. So this, by donating a pair of electron, by involving this lone pair of electron, it will form a new bond with this carbon. See here, CH. Since oxygen is giving electron, see, this will get a positive charge here. See here, positive charge. Okay, new bond is formed between the C and the oxygen of water. So COHH. Oh, now only one lone pair of electron is there on this oxygen, because one lone pair is involved in bonding with the carbon. You have to carefully see the arrow marks, shift of electrons and the number of lone pair on each atom. Dear students, please observe this carefully. Lone pair of electrons and the shift of the electrons. See here, there are 2 lone pairs here. One lone pair is involved in the bonding. Therefore now only one lone pair will be there and a positive charge will be there. So next step is the transfer of proton here. See here, I have written this structure here. The same structure you take and write it here. Okay. Now proton is transferred from where? Now positive charge on the oxygen. We have to remove alcohol, right? How? So on this group we need one hydrogen. So what it does is, this alkoxide oxygen, it will take away this hydrogen. So now this bonded pair of electrons will shift onto the oxygen. See the arrow mark here. These electrons are shifted onto the oxygen. Therefore, oxygen will get its lone pair back. Here you have to show one more lone pair here. Okay. Okay. This is getting its lone pair back. Now this oxygen is taking this hydrogen as H plus. So since a new bond is formed between these two, oxygen and hydrogen, see here, OH. Now since this is giving this lone pair, it is getting a positive charge here. So this oxygen will get a positive charge. Now, elimination of alcohol. Now we can eliminate the ROH, alcohol, easily. So this oxygen, it will take away this bonded pair of electrons here. This oxygen is having positive charge. So this bonded pair of electron will be taken. Is there hydrogen is here? Okay. Okay. This oxygen hydrogen is here, na, right? Oh, this is OH, OH here, OH and OH. This oxygen with this bonded pair of electrons, it is eliminated as alcohol. See here, R dash OH. Okay. Since this oxygen is taking away the bonded electrons, now there is a deficiency here on the carbon. Okay. See, therefore positive charge here. So now to satisfy the positive charge, the one of the OH bonded electrons, one either this or this, these bonded electrons will shift here in between carbon and oxygen, forming a double bond here. See here, forming a double bond. Now therefore the positive charge is now satisfied. See here on carbon there are 4 bonds now. Now this hydrogen is eliminated as H plus here. See here, this hydrogen is eliminated as H plus. So this is the mechanism. The first step is catalyzed by using H plus ion, forming a electrophilic site. Now since we don't have any other we so we don't have any other option other than water molecule. So water molecule here acts as a nucleophile now by involving this lone pair of electrons. See here, a new bond is formed between this electrophilic carbon and a nucleophilic oxygen here. So oxygen is getting a positive charge here. There is only one lone pair. Now this write this structure here for the third step. Now this all we have to eliminate alcohol. So there is only R dash O. We need H here on this oxygen. So this oxygen will take up this proton by shifting this bonded pair of electrons onto the oxygen. So oxygen get back its 2 lone pair of electrons. Since these lone pairs are in a one of the lone pair is involved in bonding with hydrogen, it will get a positive charge here. Now you can easily remove this alcohol. So this R dash O plus H, it will move away by taking a lone pair of electron because it has to satisfy the valency on the oxygen. There is a negative positive charge here. So again a positive charge is created on carbon now. So in order to satisfy this valency, one of the bonded pair of electron will shift here in between carbon and oxygen, forming a new bond here. So this is the mechanism of ester hydrolysis. Okay. So I think with this we have finished this chapter. Let me see if anything else is there or not. Okay, okay, finished. So with this we have finished this chapter. In this chapter we have seen there are total 7 mechanisms that you have to learn. There are total 7 mechanisms. One is esterification and the 2 are ester hydrolysis. One is using base, one is using acid, and 4 are name reactions, that is Schmidt reaction, Arndt ester synthesis, Hell-Vollard-Zielinski reaction, and Hunsdiker. So these 7 mechanisms you have to learn. Now there is an assignment for you. So please take a screenshot of this and try to solve these questions. The first question, what is the first question? What are the products on acid hydrolysis of, just now we discussed now. What are the products on acid hydrolysis of, where is the question? I'm sorry, I missed this. Okay. Okay. No, I didn't. The question is right. What you have to do is, I have given esters here. There are 4 esters here. See, methyl benzoate, phenyl benzoate, ethyl acetate, isopropyl acetate. You have to write the structures first. Methyl benzoate means CH3, C double bond O, CH3. Phenyl benzoate means C6H5, C double bond O, C2H5. Okay. Write the structures first. And what you have to do, you have to carry out the acid hydrolysis with each of these structures. Okay. With each of these compound, and you have to write the product. For example, methyl benzoate, I'll show you. Okay. Methyl benzoate, let me take, okay, how you have to do. I'll show it. See, this is methyl benzoate. So methyl benzoate, how do you name this? That is a common name. Methyl, it is here. Meaning what is the benzoate? Means it is a derived from benzoic acid. Methyl is the here you have to write. That is from alcohol. You have to write here. Okay, that is alkoxy group. Benzoate means that is derived from benzoic acid. So you have to write here. Phenyl group you can write here. I'll write benzene here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Huh? So what is this group now? This is the, see, there is a methyl. This is methyl and it is derived from benzoic acid. Therefore methyl benzoate. So when you do the, so what you have to do? You have to do acid hydrolysis. Acid hydrolysis means in the presence of acid you have to do the hydrolysis. Okay. H2O and H2O, water, and what is the catalyst you have to use? H plus. Okay. So this is how you have to do the acid hydrolysis. When you add water to this, what is the name? Methyl benzoate. Methyl benzoate. Water, add water in the presence of proton. What is going to so the bond will be broken here. Okay, you will get one alcohol, that is CH3OH, and the acid is benzoic acid. Okay. Okay, I'll write here benzoic acid first. I will write. So you will get CH3. This is benzoic acid you are going to get, and what else you get? You will get an alcohol. Alcohol is free. This forms this will form a alcohol, that is CH3 and OH. Okay, this is the reaction. This is how you have to write the products for each of the mentioned esters. I have shown. You can take the screenshot and do the rest, and you can solve the rest of the problems like this. Okay. So methyl benzoate, take the ester. You have to write the ester. Add water in the presence of acid. And the main chain will, this benzoate will convert it to benzoic acid. Methyl will convert it to methanol. Methanol. Okay. Okay, let us go back to the questions again. So methyl benzoate I have shown you. So this, for the other three you have to write in the similar manner. Now the next question is order of acidity. Chloroacetic acid, fluoroacetic acid, trichloroacetic acid. So this also we have discussed. You can go back to my lecture again if you have any doubt. See the lecture again and try to solve. Among chloro, fluoro, which one is more electronegative? Fluoro. So among these two, this one will be more acidic. So we have trichloro. How do you compare fluoro with trichloro? Always remember, more the number of electron with drawing groups, more is the acidity. So this will be more acidic. I have already given you a hint how to solve this. Now trichloroacidic acid is more acidic than trichloro, means 3 chloro groups are there. Options are trifluoro, acetic acid and benzoic acid. Oh my god. To try to solve this. And the other is IUPAC name of CH. Write the IUPAC name for this reagent. And so yeah. Sorry, screen sharing is stop here. Okay, here I can, there is an arrow mark here. So you have to write the IUPAC name for this compound. Okay, so there is a first select the long chain and then see the substituents. The next question is write the appropriate reagents for the following reaction. What is the reaction here? Methyl, this is acetic acid is, what happened? I'm so sorry. So in this reaction, what is happening? Acetic acid is getting converted to propionic acid. So what is this reaction? Is this, see here, there is COH group is not at all changing, but there is a addition of CH2. This is a name reaction, very important name reaction. Okay. Okay, this also you solve this, try to solve this. Then last one is how do you convert acetic acid to chloroacetic acid. This is also a named reaction. Helmholtz-Zielinski reaction. This is and district synthesis. Okay, I have already given you the hint. Just you write the reagents and also try to write the mechanism. Okay, okay. With this, we have finished this chapter. Okay, thank you all for being so patient, and I hope you are understanding every mechanism. I hope, I wish. So just practice the mechanisms. Unless you practice, you will not get any